Welcome to Epic Tales Audiobooks, where stories come alive, laughter finds its voice, and love always shows up, usually when you least expect it. Today's story is Love Next Door, a romantic comedy set under the warm California sun, about two people who never realized the one they were looking for was living right next door. Now, sit back, relax, and let's begin. It was one of those bright California mornings when even the birds sounded like they'd had a perfect cup of coffee. Nora Scott, 27, freshly returned from New York, stood outside her new apartment complex holding a potted plant and muttering, "New city, new start, new. Oh great, broken elevator. Fantastic." The irony? The sign right next to the elevator said, "Out of order, again." And that's when she heard it. A familiar voice. Smooth, confident, slightly teasing. "Still talking to plants, Nora?" She froze, slowly turned, and there he was. Yoona Kim, her childhood friend, her teenage crush, her neighbor next door who saw her fall off her bike, kind of friend. Except now, he looked completely different. No braces, no nerdy haircut, and definitely no reason for her heart to race this fast. "Yoona?" she stammered. "The one and only," he grinned. "You're moving in here?" "Apparently," she said, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "Back in California. I thought you were still in Seattle." "Moved last year. Got a place here for work." "Small world, huh?" "Yeah," she said, forcing a laugh. "More like tiny apartment complex world." He chuckled. "Need help with that plant before you kill it?" Nora rolled her eyes. "I'm not going to kill it." The plant drooped like it disagreed. Later that evening, she finally settled in. Boxes everywhere, her plant leaning like a tired soldier when she heard a knock. It was Yoona, holding two bubble teas. "I come bearing peace offerings. One mango, one taro. Guess which is yours?" She smiled. "Still remember?" "Of course. You always went for mango because you said purple drinks taste like regret." She laughed, and it hit her how easy it was, this old rhythm between them. Like time hadn't passed. Over the next few weeks, their paths kept crossing. Morning coffee runs, shared elevator frustrations, late-night laundry room chats. He worked as a video editor for a travel company. She was trying to restart her career as a freelance writer. Their schedules didn't match, but somehow, their timing always did. Every accidental run-in felt less like coincidence and more like the universe winking. Then came the neighborhood barbecue. That's when everything started to heat up. Literally. The host's grill caught fire. Small one. Nothing dramatic. But Nora panicked, tripped over a hose, and spilled a bowl of pasta salad straight into Yoona's lap. He blinked. "Wow. Warm and saucy. Just how I like my jeans." Nora gasped. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I swear I didn't." He started laughing so hard she couldn't help but laugh too. And that laugh, right there, changed something between them. For a moment, the whole chaotic backyard disappeared. It was just them, laughing like idiots, eyes meeting over spilled salad. The next morning, Nora woke up smiling, until she remembered the secret. She sighed, because what Yoona didn't know was she hadn't just moved to California for a new start. She was hiding from her ex-boss. Her old job had ended in a spectacular disaster, a viral blog post, an angry editor, and a very public career break. Yoona thought she'd come home because she missed California. But really, she'd come because California didn't know about her very public humiliation. And she wasn't planning to tell him. Weeks passed. Their friendship started feeling complicated. She'd catch him watching her, smiling for no reason. She'd look away too quickly, pretending she didn't notice. One evening, they ended up on the rooftop, eating instant ramen and watching the city lights. He said softly, "You ever think about how timing works?" She looked at him. "What do you mean?" "Like, how sometimes the person you needed 10 years ago shows up again when you least expect them." Her heart skipped. "That's oddly specific." He grinned. "I'm oddly specific." They both laughed. But her laughter faded when he looked at her, really looked. Then he said, "I'm glad you moved back, Nora." And she knew she was in trouble. The next day, everything fell apart. A video surfaced online, an interview from her old company, where someone mentioned Nora Scott, the writer who vanished after the coffee chaos blog. Yoona saw it. He showed up at her door that evening, quiet but clearly hurt. "So," he said carefully, "you weren't just here for a fresh start?" She swallowed hard. "Yoona, I was going to tell you." "When?" he asked. Before or after I became your emotional support neighbor? Hey, she snapped. I didn't lie about who I am. No, he said softly. But you hid it. He turned to leave, and she felt her chest tighten. She'd messed up. Badly. Days passed. Silence replaced laughter. She missed the bubble tea deliveries. She missed the teasing. She missed him. One evening, she sat staring at the same drooping plant from day one. It looked worse than ever. Same, she muttered. We both peaked early. Then came a knock. She opened the door, and there he was. Yoona, holding a tiny bag of plant food and an awkward smile. I brought reinforcements, he said. Nora blinked. You're here. Yeah. I thought maybe your plant deserves another chance. She laughed, softly, but it came out shaky. You mean we deserve another chance? He smiled. Something like that. They sat on her floor that night, talking for hours. She told him everything, about the blog, the embarrassment, the burnout. He listened, really listened. Then he said, you know what's funny? You thought hiding your past would make you look stronger. But it's the only thing that made you look human. She smiled, eyes glistening. You always were annoyingly right. And you always were terrible at keeping secrets, he teased. They both laughed again, and this time, it felt like breathing after holding it in too long. Weeks turned into months. They started writing a new chapter together. Slowly, hilariously, perfectly imperfect. Morning coffees turned into breakfast dates. Arguments about Netflix shows turned into falling asleep on each other's shoulders. And the plant? It finally bloomed. Yoona called it symbolism. Nora called it proof that miracles exist. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the California hills, Nora looked at him and asked, Hey, what if we'd never reconnected? He smirked. Then I'd probably still be single, and you'd still be talking to dying plants. She laughed. So love is all about timing, huh? He nodded. Yeah, and sometimes the right time is just next door. She smiled, leaned her head on his shoulder, and whispered, Bravo, my love. He grinned. Bravo, my messy, plant-killing, perfect love. And as the city lights flickered below them, they both realized, sometimes, the best love stories aren't written in big cities or fancy offices. Sometimes, they start right next door. Thank you for listening to Love Next Door, only on Epic Tales Audiobooks, where every story brings a little laughter, a little love, and a lot of heart. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more romantic tales that make your heart smile. Until next time, this is Epic Tales Audiobooks, signing off with love.